Welcome back to the Deep Talk. Today we've got a pretty dense piece of product documentation in front of us. It's the spec sheet for the Blustream UEX3H USB 3.2 Gen 1 HDBaseT Extender. So our mission today is to really cut through the jargon and figure out how this thing solves what is, a huge roadblock in modern AV. How do you get high-speed USB data across, massive distances?
It's such a critical problem. Standard USB 3.2 cables, they barely make it past 3 or 4 meters before the signal just dies. What the UEX3H does is give you remote connectivity for those really high-demand devices. Think about a 4K conferencing camera that needs to be 50, maybe even 100 meters away from the host computer. This makes that possible.
Okay, so let's unpack that core mechanism. The big claim is extending a signal up to 100 meters over a single Cat6a cable. How is HDBaseT actually doing the heavy lifting there?
Well, what's so fascinating is that HDBaseT is basically a standard that lets all these different signals, video, control, power, and, high-speed data, all travel together. And it does it robustly over that one network cable. It's the infrastructure backbone. And crucially, it maintains that combined data bandwidth of up to 5 Gbps.
So you're getting full USB 3.2 Gen 1 speed. You're not losing performance for the sake of distance.
Not at all.
I do appreciate that it's also backwards compatible with USB 2.0 and 1.1. You always have some legacy gear in an install.
Yeah.
But let's talk flexibility. It has two different host connections, a USB-A and a USB-C. Why is that switching feature so important in a collaborative space?
It's all about accommodating multiple users. Think of a boardroom table. One person plugs in their new laptop with USB-C, another has an older machine with USB-A. The UEX3H, it acts like a traffic controller, letting them share the peripherals without having to unplug and replug everything. It's seamless.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's talk power. Because running separate power lines across 100 meters is, well, it's a nightmare. The docks highlight bidirectional power over cable, or PC. What's the advantage of that in the field?
Oh, bidirectional PC is a huge win for installers. It means you only need a power outlet at one end of the link.
Either end.
Either the host or the device unit, it doesn't matter. And the wide 12 to 48V support means it just adapts to whatever power you have available. Plus, that dedicated USB-C charging port for the host device itself, that's one less power brick you have to worry about.
Right. And for total room integration, it also has bidirectional RS-232. Now, for those less familiar, why would a data extender need a legacy control standard like that built in?
That's a great point, because it's all about integrated design. RS-232 is the language of those big third-party room automation systems, the ones that control the lights, the projectors, everything. So by putting the control right on the same HDBaseT cable, you can manage the UEX3H itself, like switching hosts from the room's main control panel. It just simplifies everything.
So let's bring this all together. What does this actually mean in a practical sense? When you combine the speed, the reach, and the control, who benefits most?
This is really tailored for setups where performance over distance is just not negotiable. So high-end KVM extension, where you need zero lag on your keyboard and mouse from a remote workstation. Or, like we mentioned, those demanding USB 3.2 conferencing cameras and video capture devices, where you're pushing huge amounts of data, and the fact that it's plug and play, no drivers needed, that just seals the deal.
So to sum it up, you've got high-speed data, flexible power, and remote control, all running over a single simple CGAT cable. It really transforms these complex setups into something that just works.
Exactly. It's about future-proofing your entire setup.
So what does this all mean for you? If we connect this to the bigger picture, this kind of unified long-distance tech raises a really interesting question. How will the ability to place high-bandwidth devices up to 100 meters away change how we design flexible collaborative workspaces in the future? When you can completely separate the computing power from the user interface, what does that open up? It's definitely something to think about.